What's going on, traders? Give you guys some time to filter in. Good day, good day. Hey, thanks for the hearts. Welcome. Again, we'll start up at about maybe 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute. Look at that, hearts already just for sitting here. Nice. Hey, Chip. Greystone, nice. Gabrielle's in here. A lot of familiar faces. Joelle. Thank you. While you're here, guys, hit that retweet button. Hit that share. Invite people. Get this thing going today. As you can see, I'm casual. It's Friday. That's one of the benefits of benefits of working for yourself. There's no dress code. You can wear what you want. And so, just got back from a run. Again, it's Friday. Relaxation. No need to put on a constricting collared shirt. So we'll stick with the, what am I wearing here? Tough Mudder 2013 shirt. All right. And I saw someone type in quick question. Hey, Rick, we'll do some time for Q&A at the end. We're not going to do a full hour like last time. Last time we ended up doing about an hour. I got some things to do. Got some emails to answer, no doubt. But what I'm going to do is give you a quick recap, and then I'll do a few Q&A a little bit later. But if you guys are new, my name is Akil Stokes. I'm a full-time professional trader. I'm also a trading coach over at tradeempowered.com. And what I want to do is at least get on Periscope or Facebook Live at least once a week and give you guys a chance to interact with me. I am involved in a few different educational services. Obviously, I have my full training course called the 12-Week Transformation. We have live rooms, the New York live room, which is what I host. We have a London session live room as well, which my good buddy Jason Greystone hosts. We also have the Syndicate program, which me and Charles Miles contribute to as well. But I know some of you guys aren't involved in that. So again, I always think it's a good idea to just give you something for free, give you something out here that's live, and give you a chance to interact and kind of pick my brain. So here's a recap of this week. It's been a very interesting week. It's been one of the busiest slow weeks that I've seen in the market. You know my whole thing about September is when the market typically get busy. People come back from their summer breaks and the markets start moving. But this week was a busy, slow week, meaning we had 2 days that were completely silent. We had a U.S. holiday, Labor Day, on Monday. Tuesday we had, I believe, some inflation news came out that rocked the market for the dollar. Wednesday the markets were fast asleep again because on Thursday we had our ECB press conference. So it was kind of like no action, lots of action, no action, lots of action. And it seemed to be a pretty dull week. I was looking back and I only executed, we took about 13 trades in our syndicate program. Charles took most of them. I only executed about really one day trade or 2 day trades, two on Euro Yen, 2 trades on Euro Yen. We ended up having a New Zealand dollar trade, an Aussie Canada trade this morning. Only about 6 trades this week, which I guess is more than what I thought we did. But 6 trades this weekend. It didn't really seem like we did much. And with those 6 trades, they were pretty interesting trades. They were trades where it really tested your discipline as a trader, and really one of those deals where Jason Greystone had 5. Really one of those deals that where patience pays off literally, meaning in padding your pockets. And you know, we always say that traders are rewarded for their discipline. The market likes to whip you around, and the saying is the market's goal is to inflict as much pain possible as on as many people as possible. Have you guys ever heard that? If so, give me some hearts. The market's goal is to inflict as much pain possible on as many people as possible. And from my experience, that's pretty true. Trading is an industry where you certainly earn your rewards. And if it's not from the hours and months and maybe years of going through pain and developing your system and back testing and whatnot, it's actually live trading. Lay off the Red Bull. Look at that. No. Dasani. This Periscope is brought to you by Dasani Sparkling Water. How do I execute the perfect trade? I drink a Dasani. That's good trading. No, we're working on my shameless promotion. But yeah, the market's goal is to inflict as much pain as possible. And I know for me personally, the euro dollar was a rough trade. It was a trade that triggered right before the ECB press conference, and I prefer not to be in the market during situations like that. Now there are some fundamental events. I'm a technical trader, by the way, but there are some fundamental events where I go flat. For example, non-farm payrolls. I will not be involved in any parts of the market during the non-farm payroll. The ECB press conference, that's not one of those events. Although it's in my rule book, my trading plan to not day trade during the ECB press conference, I have no rule about swing trading. So to see that trade get triggered right before the ECB press conference and knowing that it may cause a roller coaster ride, I was kind of nervous. I was talking to Gene about it, who was the same thing. He's like, hey, just got filled as well. And it's like, we're talking like, man, that stinks, but the plan is the plan. You got to follow the plan. And that trade ended up rallying down for about a 63 pip profit. Pound yen was even worse. Pound yen gave us a situation where it was a cipher formation that got filled earlier in the week. It sat doing nothing for a day. I remember telling you about one of those slow days. It sat and did nothing for a day. And then when that ECB news came out, it shot down, right? It violated our X leg. It looked like we were going to be stopped out. And then it started reversing. So it tested the trader's discipline, tested their patience. It teased you, it challenged you. Are you going to break your rules? This trade is going against you. It looks like a trade that's going to lose. I dare you to break your rules. I dare you to exit early. Right? There was a good lesson. If you guys watched the video I put out yesterday on our Trade Empowered YouTube page, just if you're not subscribed already, go to YouTube, just search Trade Empowered FX. I put a video out there that talked about a trader that was blindly following ideas and kind of the mental yo-yo that trader went through while that trade was in progress. I felt bad for this trader. But pound yen tested our discipline. It looked like the ship was sinking, and then it turned around, right? It turned around and shot up towards profits, right? Big bullish candle. It's going. And then guess what it did? Guess what it did? It hit my price point for profit targets. Hit it. And guess what didn't happen as the market hit my price point? If you can imagine. Type it in. Let me know. What do you think happened? Some of you know already because you follow me on a regular basis. Rick says, Phil did not get fill. So the trade went against me by probably about 70 pips or so. It went in my favor for about 70 pips. Just tickled my target. Did not get filled and then reversed. Now I have a rule. When that happens, I have a rule, move my stops to break even. And this is where the market karma kind of got me. I was very unlucky not to get filled in that trade, but price action came back down to break even this morning. My goal is conservation of capital. So it stinks that it may not be a winning trade, but I refuse to lose money on a trade like that after a prediction was proven right. We came down all the way to my break-even point. We got a few pips away from my break-even. I assumed I was going to be stopped out and opened my account this morning, and for somehow I was saved. Again, it's got to be the market karma. The market gods were against me on the original test. The market gods were in my favor, not stopping me out for break-even, and this morning we rallied up for 70 pips of profit on that trade. Patience pays, guys. Patience pays. Follow your plan. Stay disciplined through the tough times. That's what type of week it was. So it's frustrating. However, it really times like this make you better as a trader. And times like this, for those who it's your first time going through it, these are the times that build character, and these are the times that will give you strength down the road, because this is not the last time it's going to happen. So those were kind of the two highlighted trades for the week. Aside from that, we had a pretty good week in the syndicate. Again, it's slow. If you guys know me, I don't like counting profits or losses. I don't really like digging into the numbers. My focus is on process over outcome, execute good trades. And if I consistently execute good trades, good results will happen. So I'm not worried about how many pips did I bring in today, what was my P&L for the week, but we do track that stuff in the syndicate. So this morning I was going through our numbers and I was saying, okay, well, let me add it up because Charles, usually on Friday, Charles likes to give a little recap of how we're doing in the syndicate. So I crunched the numbers and again, I've been paying no attention to how I've been trading. All I know is I took 6 good trades this week, right? So win, loss, that's a pat on the back. And we did the numbers and it ended up being a pretty good week. Now we have our normal win percentage, right? We're about 54%, which is again, I'm about a 55% trader. So that's typically where we're at. And we ended the week pretty good. I did take a loss this morning on Aussie Canada, which knocked us down a bit, but it was still a triple figure week as far as pips go, which is pretty good. So good week. Slow week, and again, the whole thing is process over outcome. We were having this conversation with the traders in the live room today about that, about some of them were surprised that I don't count pips, and I told them, hey Phil, I told them a story of when I first started turning my trading around. Many of you guys know my story, but essentially when I first started trading, I had put away a sum of money to survive life. I was the idiot that quit his job to pursue this wild fantasy of becoming a professional trader. And I don't encourage that any of you guys do it. I did it. It worked. I don't want to say I'm fortunate. In a way I am, but it was also a lot of hard work and a lot of fear and a kind of a back against the wall mentality that allowed me to succeed. But there was a very, very dark point in my trading career where I started to believe that I just wasn't going to make it. Right? I had tried this, I had tried that, and I thought I was doing good, then it went south, and I had the mindset where I'm like, well, it's, I've only got about 6 months left or so of cash before I have to go back to cleaning toilets and working whatever jobs I can find. This dream is not going to happen. So I said, you know what, let's forget about making money, because money, that was my first goal, to make a lot of money. I was a normal person. You guys probably had the same goals when you first started. How could I make a lot of money really quick? That was my goal, and it wasn't happening, and reality set in. And I got to the point in my trading where I'm like, you know what? The dream is done. I'm not going to become a millionaire off of trading. Let's just practice what my mentor told me. My trading coach always told me, Jason Stapleton, by the way, my trading coach always told me that, he told me process over outcome. He said, Akil, just worry about taking good trades and worry about executing the right trades. And if you do that, the money will come, the results will come that you want. And, so I finally told myself, hey, starting in January, I'm only going to worry about how many mistakes I make. So I made a list. I said each month I'm going to track my mistakes. And as time goes on, I'm going to just worry about making one less mistake each month. And I did that through January, February, March, so on and so on. And I never looked at my P&L. I never counted pips. I never counted win percentage, any of that stuff. They were strictly process goals, strictly execution goals. And then, one day I remember getting an email from my broker. My broker would send me a P&L statement each month. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's check it out. And I looked at it and I'm like, what? And I'm like, that's not mine. Emailed my broker. I'm like, hey, I think you sent me the wrong statement, guys. This can't be me. And it's like, no, this is you. Your account number, not gonna give you my account number, but blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? Like, how did I turn that into that? And that's what it hit me. I'm like, man, I haven't been worrying about these pips. I've just been trading good. By simply focusing on the process, focusing on eliminating those mistakes. I started getting better and better and better without even knowing it. And this week kind of reminds me of that. Again, eliminating all outcome goals, right? Why worry about pips? Who cares? Why worry about returns, right? Who cares? Just focus on the process. And if you do the process the right way, all that good stuff will come. Just like karma. For you guys that believe in karma, you hold a door open for an older lady, right? Karma will get you back, right, in the future. So that's a thought process I've always kept with me. It took a while to kind of figure that out, but trading is a journey. You learn a lot about yourself as a trader. You learn a lot about yourself as a person, and that's just for you guys that are newer out there. I challenge you to try that for a little bit. Just focus on the process. Don't look at your P&L statement. Don't look at what your PIP count calculates to. Just give yourself a quarter. Give yourself 3 months of trading, just focusing on taking good trades and executing them the right way. And I think you'll surprise yourself at how better of a trader you become. So that's kind of my recap for the week. I'm looking at notes. I don't really have any notes. We had some awesome discussions in the live room. I've got to get those out to you, man. We technical analysis, of course. We had a really good discussion on culture, and then just the difficulties that traders face as far as a lot of negative energy being sent their way. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully I remember to record that or edit the recording and get it out to you at some point. Detach yourself from money, and you detach yourself from emotional trading. That's true. I put out for you guys that follow me on Twitter or Facebook, I try to put out like a positive picture with like a quote or something each day. Jason Greystone does the same thing, so make sure you follow him on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But today's, I forgot the quote from today, but it was something about an attachment to money. It was a guy sleeping in bed with money. And it goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. You have to detach yourself from money, right? Money allows us to become very emotional. I don't care who you are. We are all emotional over money. Even entrepreneurs, right? There's a study done. And I think the number was once you start making over, I think like 70, 80,000 a year, the actual money that you make becomes less important as far as giving you happiness. Again, I don't remember the exact study, but once you make a certain amount of money, it doesn't make you that much more happier. And the game really becomes not really making more money to be happier, but making more money just simply to say that, to challenge yourself that I'm getting better. It's I probably butchered it, but it becomes a game to just do better at life, not necessarily counting the money. Ooh, someone's doing nasty things to baby monkeys. Probably going to go to jail for that. All right, if you guys have a few questions, we'll probably do about 10 minutes of Q&A at max. And then we'll head out for the week and start it again next week. I trade a Forex trader, yeah. I started off in the stock market, but I'm strictly a Forex trader now. I keep saying I'm going to go back, but I don't want to split my... It's two different games, so keep my focus. I've been pretty good focusing just on Forex. No need to change that. Fourth quarter predictions. Well, like any fourth quarter, I expect to see a lot of movement between September and mid-November. Then you get the normal Thanksgiving hangover until the next year. But we should see some activity. Typically, there's a lot of movement between September. This is an election year too. We got the whole rate hike issue going on. So September, November, typically the busy months. We actually may see some movement going into December because of the rate hike possibility. How do you trade on the day before the non-farm payroll? I trade the exact way I trade every other day. Now on the day of the non-farm payroll, I stay away from the markets, but I trade exactly the same every day. I'm not worried about the day before. I'm worried about the present. Weakness in the euro, who knows? I tell you what, if I knew what the market was doing, I'd bet everything. I'd bet the house, I'd bet the kid and the next kid on it. I have no idea. I'm under the philosophy that the market does whatever it wants, whenever it wants to. My job is just to be on the right side of it when it makes that move. So if the euro sinks, I just want to be short. If the euro rallies, I just want to be long. But I have no idea what it's going to do in the future. Did you get your setup at tradingcomputers.com? I think so. Is that Easy Eddie? Easy Ed? Is that tradingcomputers.com? I think it was Easy Trading Computers. I think that's the place, Trading Computers now. With how many pips of miss of a pattern completion do you cancel your trade? How about 2 or 3? What type of setup do you got? Again, I don't know much about computers, guys. I got a big, powerful beast. I don't know. It is Windows 10, yeah. But I'm the worst with computers, guys. I pay other people to build it for me, right? I know my weaknesses. I focus on my strengths. I pay other people to handle my weaknesses. I have done a Tough Mudder. Yep, Tough Mudder, Spartan races, all that fun stuff. See the T-shirt. I don't trade stocks anymore. You gotta change that name, man. That's not gonna get you good places in the business world. You gotta change that name, get some more respect, man. People are gonna judge you a certain way when they see that handle. What currencies do you trade? I trade. I have a 9-pair portfolio. I've got euro dollar, pound dollar, euro yen, pound yen, dollar Canada, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and Aussie Canada. Yeah, man. Yeah, change that handle. I'm telling you. I'm assuming you're here because you're interested in trading. You're interested in trading because you're interested in being an entrepreneur. The first part of entrepreneur is just carrying yourself in a certain way. And, it's you got to, people judge. People judge. And especially, I don't want to get this into a touchy subject, but especially people of African American background, we get judged a certain way. And other races and other ethnicities too, but it's same thing like, if I were to come up on this Periscope wearing, a fitted backwards and some baggy jeans, a lot of people just wouldn't take me as serious. So you gotta try to present yourself. If you're gonna be an entrepreneur, right? Start presenting yourself in a better light. Now around your friends and your homies, you can do anything you want, man. But when you're out there, present yourself in a certain way. It's a hurdle. It's a hurdle. And that's just for even younger people in general. For you guys that are going out and gonna try and manage money and you're young, it's gonna be very hard to sell your business. This is what I did. It's gonna be very hard to sell your business as a 25-year-old, right? A lot of to older people, right? Because they're gonna look at you as some dumb young punk that doesn't know what you're doing, right? So you gotta always present yourself professionally and make them say, "Ooh, man, I didn't expect him to dress like that," right? Shirt and tie, even when you're not supposed to. Always do that. Presentation. You hate to judge people off appearances, but that is the first impression, right? Think about it this way, right? If you let's put yourself in a position, all of you guys, where you're looking for someone to manage your money, right? I don't have my charts up right now, so I don't know if there's a Head and Shoulders pattern setting up. But put yourself in a position, right, where you're looking for someone to manage your money, and you got two people fighting to manage your $1 million, right? One person comes up in a beat up 1985 Honda Civic wearing some dirty sweatpants and a t-shirt with sweat stains. Another person hops out of a new Bugatti, right? Shirt, nice slim fitted shirt, slim tie, nice jacket on. Who are you giving your money to? Who are you giving your money to? The guy in the Bugatti, right? The guy with the nice shirt that fits the tailored suit, right? No doubt you're giving it to him. Now you don't know anything about him. He could be a scammer. He could be the worst trader in the world, and the guy out of the '85 Honda, he could be a millionaire and just doesn't waste money on clothes and cars, right? But you never know that because we see first appearances, right? And that's our first impression, and we're going to pass judgment on that first impression. Whether it's wrong or right, it's going to happen, and we all do it. We all do it. Now, once we get to know someone, that's different, but we all do it. So you got to, for you guys that are going into business, again, present yourself in the right way. I feel bad about wearing this t-shirt here. I try to put on something nice when I'm presenting this. I was just lazy today. But even this, for you guys that are new, you're probably not taking me seriously in the Tough Mudder t-shirt. You'd take me much more serious if I wore something like in yesterday's video where I had a nice collared shirt on. So just always, not trader related, but yeah, just always keep that in mind, especially for you guys that are going to go on to be young entrepreneurs and go into business, right? The younger you are, you're going to get judged. You're going to get judged, yeah. So don't even give them an excuse, right? Borrow a suit. I used to go on job interviews. My dad used to tell me, borrow a suit from your neighbor. Who cares? It doesn't have to be yours. Just borrow it. So, sorry, a little off topic. But that is true and it's important. No problem. You took me serious with my Tough Mudder shirt. Hey, if I figure if I can finish a Tough Mudder, I can be a trader, right? Times are changing. As far as that type of judgment or what? Business world change, yeah. Well, I mean, that judgment's all it's always going to be true. It's always going to be true. Um, Especially if you're meeting if you're meeting someone for the first time, I believe that's always going to be true. If I had the choice to give my money to a guy in a nice pressed fitted suit versus a guy in dirty sweatpants and a t-shirt, all day I'm giving to the guy in the suit, 100 out of 100 times. It could be the worst decision I can make in the world because I don't know anything about him. But if I had to make a choice between one or two, that's the one I would feel more comfortable with. And that's just it is what it is. Great example. Try going to a job interview in sweatpants and some Timberland boots. You're not going to get the job. You could be a Harvard graduate. You're not going to get the job, like it or not. I had one of my friends do that. Went to a job interview in a Dickie suit. Right? Very intelligent person. Didn't get the job because the presentation. They didn't care what was on the resume. They looked at him and said, I don't like the way he carries himself. Honestly, I would never give money to a person who looks like he has money. So you would give your money to the guy in the dirty sweatpants and the t-shirt? Honestly speaking, let's be real. In the 1985 Honda, you would give him your money over the other guy. Let's be real. I don't think so. Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. I don't think so. Presentation matters, guys. Rich or broke, you can only be one thing. Yeah, I'm not saying change yourself. Always stay real to yourself, right? You don't have to change your outlook on life. You don't have to change your philosophy on life, right? But presentation. Zuckerberg rides a bike to work. All right, but imagine if you didn't know who Mark Zuckerberg was. If you didn't know he was the Facebook guru and he just came up, you probably wouldn't give him your business. You probably wouldn't give him your business. Let's just be honest. Think about how many times Mark Zuckerberg got rejected, right? He wears a t-shirt and a sweatsuit. If you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't give him your business. I can almost guarantee that. I've backtested more times than I've backtested so many times. I really wasn't good when I first started backtesting. I would go through, I didn't have all my rules set. So I would backtest halfway. I'd come up with some new ideas and I'd have to start all over. So I spent months and months backtesting over and over again. So a really long time backtesting, too long. But it's all training. So in the long run, it paid off. It allowed me to really build my RAS, which is great. But I spent a lot of time backtesting and really didn't go about it the right way at first. All right. Anything else, guys? I know we spent a lot of time off topic, so if you have some trading questions, I will get to those. Tip for a beginner, info videos, tradingpower.com. We have a lot of great tutorial videos on there. I recommend Into the Gray. Recommend that. Do you still backtest? I do not. I have a list of things that I want to backtest. I just don't have the time to do it. Coaching just takes all of the extra time that I would go on that would go into making myself a better trader. I now put that into helping others become better traders. So unfortunately, I work a lot helping others achieve their goals, but I don't necessarily improve the way I wanted to as a trader. Now, I'm not saying I'm a bad trader, but I don't have time to work on me. But that's kind of the give back. It happens. It happens. Such is life, right? So I have a lot of ideas that I would want to backtest if I had the time to. I just don't have the time, to be honest with you. Oh, thank you. Well, no, I mean, I improve as a trader just by time in the market and experience. I do that. I don't have time to implement any new ideas. For example, I wanted to get back to an inside bar strategy that I traded 4 or 5 years ago. It worked, but I never actually tested it. Probably like 6, 7 years ago, actually. I'd love to implement that as a strategy and develop it, maybe even automate it, but I just don't have time to work on it, unfortunately. Because backtesting takes time. I just don't have that time. So that's an example, just adding like different tools to my toolkit. I saw a few questions. I missed them. If you want to type those in again, I apologize. Yeah, Jason's awesome. both Jasons. Stapleton and Greystone. Yep. We got an all-star cast of coaches here. It's great. All homegrown too. That's the cool thing. All homegrown. All of them came through Trading Power courses. All right. Give a few more seconds for people to type, and then we'll get on out of here. How much you invested in yourself before your break? Like, if you can stop. If you can ask that question again, I'm not really sure I understand it. How much did I invest in myself? Do you coach people who only use your strategy only? No, I don't teach a particular strategy. I mean, we have different strategies that we teach, but I teach an overall understanding of technical analysis. So just foundational elements of technical analysis, how to read a price chart, and people that come through the course, they have the ability to take what I taught them, take the tools that I taught them, and really create any strategy they want. Now we do have stuff that has specific rules, like there's 2618 strategies or there's advanced pattern formations. But if you know how to read a price chart, right? If you understand how to read price action and structure analysis, there's a million different ways you can trade. So it's not one set strategy like a moving average cross. You really take trading and you make it your own, right? You take trading, you take what you know, you take your skills, you add it to your personality and your philosophy, and you really make something that's really unique to you as a trader. That's pretty awesome. Because I don't believe there's one way to trade. That's stupid. There's millions of ways to trade, right? You just got to make sure that your system has an edge and you can consistently execute that edge. Where does one learn how to read those? TradingPower.com. Watch Into the Gray. It's a free training. Into the Gray. TradingPower.com. Click the Learn to Trade tab. Can I shoot you a potential pattern on TradingView? You can. I'm not going to give you any feedback. I just don't critique charts. I mean, I do that for training course members. I just don't critique random traders' charts. So I apologize. Do you have a gun? If I did, I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't try to rob me, though. Let's put it that way. First of all, you're not going to get much. I don't have much of value here in the house. I'm a pretty frugal person. Probably the most expensive thing I have in the house is my trading computer. Do you trade multiple systems? Again, I don't trade a system. I trade based off price action and structure analysis. So it's not a system. It's just an underlying knowledge of the markets. It's not like a moving average strategy or something like that. So it's no super secret system that I teach. Again, it's how to read a price chart. How to read a price chart. There's plenty of ways you can do that. Structure, fibs, purely price action. Do you hold your positions over weekends? Yep. Yes, I do. Someone's typing in a different language. I'm sorry, but I can't understand you. The most expensive thing in your house is your heart. Oh, that's nice, Phil. I love the attention seekers that come on here. I'm sorry, I don't get into brokers. I don't make broker recommendations or give out broker information for legal reasons, unfortunately. Especially in America, everyone likes to sue over everything. So I don't give out broker advice. I don't give out trading advice. I don't tell you what to do with your money. That is on you. So, all right, a few more, then we're done. Get it in. Get it in. Get her done. Make a longer term prediction. Sure, the euro dollar will go up or down or sideways. Or sideways. Those are the three possibilities with the euro dollar. It will go up, down, or sideways. That's my long-term prediction for 2016. We will see price action either higher than where it's currently at, lower than where it's currently at, or exactly where it's currently at. How much money did it take you to get where you're at now? I started my first trading account, what was it? I blew a lot of small accounts. My first trading account was, I think, a $5,000 account. Somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000. I think it was a $5,000 account. You should be in politics. You're asking. Those are just not intelligent questions that you're asking. I mean, that's, the only people that make predictions like that are people on TV. The only reason they do it on TV is because they have to do it on TV. That's why they don't put real traders on TV, because a real trader, when they ask them the question, well, what's the euro going to do in a month from now? A real trader would be, I don't know. And that wouldn't be good for ratings. So they have these pundits that they pay to talk it up and explain this and explain that. But in real life, we just don't know. We never know. We never know. We can make predictions based off a chart. We can say, hey, if this happens, then this is how I'm going to attack it. If the euro falls to this level, then this is where I'm going to buy it at. If the euro rallies to this level, then this is where I'm going to sell it at. If I think the euro is going to rally to this level, then I'm going to buy it in anticipation of that. We can do that all day, and we do perform that type of analysis all day. But as far as making like a long-term prediction just off the top, right, without a time frame, without anything like that, you didn't even tell me daily chart, minute chart. There's no answer. It's just you don't know. I don't know. I don't know it. I don't care. All I know is if it's going to go up, I'm going to find a way to be on that move. If it's going to go down, I'm going to find a way to be on that move, and I'm going to make some money. That's all I care about. I'm a mercenary, right? I'm a mercenary in these markets. Yeah, and they get paid to do that. Again, you don't see real traders on TV because they don't give good answers. They don't give good answers. They just tell you, I don't know, John. And it's like, okay, back to you. Okay. So you need people to hype it up. Any seminars in Connecticut or NYC coming like the one Jason Grayson's doing? Nope. For managers of largest funds, one must make those predictions. We are not mercenaries. Sure. Can you go back to the story before you leave? What story? Fundamental shizzle. Predictions are gambling. Yeah. I'm not a larger fund investor. I'm a trader. All right. There's a difference. The difference between trading and investing. If you're investing, right, that's a whole different story than if you're trading. Two different things. In the stock market, I was an investor. That was different. Right? I would speculate, right, in the stock market on longer term positions. That's different. Trading is completely different. Trading is completely different. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what your question is. I'm sorry. I have the patience of a saint. Hey, patience pays in trading, right? I've learned that, right? if I could be patient with you guys, I could be patient in the markets here, right? So it happens. Plus, when you're in the spotlight, unfortunately, you deal with a lot of people that ask. You get a lot of trolls on like the internet. I'm not calling you a troll, Dave, but in general, you get a lot of people on the internet that just say mean, negative stuff about you. So you kind of develop thick skin. It's unfortunate those people are out there, but the way I look at it is like the people that if it happens to you guys, no one has ever hated on someone that is in a worse position than themselves. Right? Think about that. Let that marinate for a little bit. When you guys get haters, whether it's sharing ideas or telling people that you want to be a trader, no one's ever hated on someone that's not doing better than them. Would you invest in Forex market long-term compounding strategy? Yeah, I compound my account. Yeah. I wouldn't be a position trader in Forex, no. But yeah, I compound my account. How much did you invest in your business to take off the dark come to light? I started with a $5,000 account, then I grinded. I turned it into a business. I started managing money. I went door to door. I took referrals. I made cold calls. I got rejected too many times to count. And eventually I found a client that was willing to take a chance off me. He took a train up to New York, gave me a limo, went to the condo. I did my pitch. The goal was to get $100,000. I left with $250,000. Came back home on the train as paranoid as possible with $250,000 in my pocket and turned that into a business. So it just, tough. A lot of no's. But you work hard enough, and if you have determination, you can make anything happen in life. Remember, they said we couldn't go to the moon, right? Until it happened, right? So it's got to work hard. How many trades do you place weekly? No idea. Varies on the week. I don't know. I don't have a quota. Maybe 7 or 8. Maybe 7 or 8. Sometimes it could be 10, sometimes it could be 3. You know, who knows? No, I don't believe in EAs. I know I trust myself more than anything. So I don't trust any type of mechanical system to show me stuff. I believe in these 2 eyeballs and this mind. That's about it. And that way, if I'm wrong, I can only blame myself. If I'm right, you know, I can give credit to myself. I've traded mechanical systems in the past. The biggest problem I have is that when it doesn't work, I start questioning why it doesn't work and I lose confidence because I'm trading something, I'm trading another thing's idea. And I don't trust that. With me, I'm okay being wrong myself, right? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's on me. If something else is wrong and I don't know why, that really bothers me. So I don't put myself in that position. All right, guys, we're done. I'll see you guys, 12-week transformation members. I will see you in our training course Q&A session on Monday. Live room members, I'll see you Tuesday. Rest of you guys, I'll see you next time somewhere. If you're new, make sure you check out our YouTube page. Just Google search or YouTube search Trade Empowered FX. Hundreds and hundreds of videos from a handful of fantastic traders. And for you guys that are looking, that are newer and looking for some free training, get your free education, tradeempowered.com. Click that, the bubbly. Click that Learn to Trade tab and make sure you watch stuff like Into the Gray. Make sure you go to the homepage, watch stuff like The Fundamental Myth. Take advantage of all of the free content on our website. It's free. Why not? And then hopefully we'll see you get involved either in a free week trial to the live room or a $1 try to the syndicate. So definitely take advantage of those things as well. It's $1. One is $1 and one is free. So do it. All right. See you.